everyone. It's your fantabulous, mask-faced favorite YouTuber having a midlife crisis, it seems, every time he uploads a new piece of video content. That's me, your guy, Tofu the Survivor, bringing you a fresh new episode of Not So Sugoi about a game that came out in the last decade, many, many years ago. That's right, I'm talking about a game today, about a franchise, an anime franchise, of something I hold dear and nearest to my heart, if you cannot tell based upon the attire that I'm wearing. It says, Tofu, what are you doing? It says, Tofu, are you asking for attention? Are you asking to be looked at when you walk through the international aisle at Kroger, shopping for Pocky at an overinflated, not budget price? And the answer is yes, I will take your attention, lady with the Starbucks walking down the aisle that I think is looking at me with a very, very approving gaze, but in fact, she's trying to figure out how far she needs to keep her kids away from me because she's very concerned as to who the girl on my shirt is. But you're not worthy of knowing who the girl is on my shirt. While you were shopping, I was training. Let's talk about the game.
Whoosh!
Heian Okago Live is a game based off of the ever so popular anime franchise about your favorite 5 girls who go to school, drink tea, eat cake, and play a lot of fucking happy music about love and fun and sweets. It's your everyday anime that just is generally what I would consider the feel-good, slice-of-life genre with a little bit of music mixed into it. But how does this translate into a good game of its own? And the answer is, fuck it, just make it Rock Band. And what does it take to close the skill gap on this game? Heian Okago Live. Well, I'll tell you what it takes in order to become a master of this game. You'll be shredding great songs like Through the Fire and Flames in no time as soon as you learn to smash the D-pad and the face buttons on par, in sync with these kawaii little fucking show tunes that these 5 delicious little girls. That's getting a little dangerous. I'm gonna have some FBI knocking on my door in about 5 minutes. This is a music-based game that only uses the D-pad and the face buttons. It does run off a modified Hatsune Miku Project Diva engine from my understanding, but it doesn't play necessarily anything like those other games. It doesn't play like the Persona dancing games. It doesn't play like Project Diva. I would say its gameplay is more comparable to that of Trash Like Parappa the Rapper and Jammer Lambo.
Doesn't give a
The songs in this game are what you would come to expect of being in a K-On! Game, except, well, a lot of the songs from Season 2 have not made an appearance. Guess they just decided that they didn't have any plans for Season 2 content that was up and coming, or that Sega maybe couldn't try to get a hold of Kyoto Animation and go, yo, what are you guys planning for the future of the franchise so we could put further content in this game? And the answer is none. But it does boast a fairly impressive track list, even for content that was only covered in Season 1. We also have a lot of the stuff that appeared on the character selection CDs, such as songs sung by Azusa and Ritsu, you know, like treats that we never really got in the series as a whole. That's a saving grace for this track list, I would say.
Stop it.
Well, I would say that the skill gap for these songs is pretty easy to close in learning them. Even the hardest of songs in the game will only make you sweat when you get towards the end of the track listing. I would say the biggest challenge in this game is just trying to keep your tempo properly, because unless you're playing directly through monitor speakers, this game has a really bad offset with its sync, you know? Like, it's really hard to be precise with your perfect timing notes when you can't hit them. A lot of newer modern music games will have a setting or wizard that you would go through where you'd calibrate the game, and it would do a pretty decent job of saying your audio lag is like 300 milliseconds behind because you've got like 4 HDMI splitters and you're on a sound bar through a sound receiver. This game decides to completely forego that. Don't go through a sound bar, don't go through headphones. It just seems to really complicate matters because this game is just a very stretched out port of what was on the PSP. The box might say PSP remaster, but don't be fooled. It is not a remaster. It is just a stretched out piece of silly putty. And trust me, I would know. I'm gay. Playing with a speaker on your TV or your monitor leaves a lot to be desired from the sound quality of a game that is all about its music and sounding cute. That's a drag. It's still fun to hear, but man, it leaves a lot to be desired when I can't blast this thing through my top quality sound system, the one that I made to listen to classic rock hits, #1 chart singles such as the opening to Ero Manga Sensei. But that's another story. That's a whole different episode, guys. We'll get to that later. On top of there just being music sections of the game to play, there's a lot of other bonus content in here too. I want to point out that the actual club room menu is kind of a game in its own, where you get to organize the club room and see little interactions between the characters here and there, get them to change outfits, maybe change a location. Supposedly there are events that you can get to trigger if you get certain characters in the room at the same time and then hand one of them a certain object. From what I can tell with my research, there's at least about 50 of them or so, but I couldn't seem for the life of me to get one of them to activate. I don't know if it's just because I just don't know what I'm doing, or if I can't read fucking moon runes and I'm a gigantic faggot for importing the game in a language that I can't even read, speak, write. There's the save mode, which kind of seems pointless because I feel like the thing auto-saves every other like few minutes. Changing costumes, if you manage to stumble your way through the foreign menus into that section, costumes you unlock at random, which I assume trigger in some way, shape, or form when you complete songs or performances as the character. We have an alarm clock feature for if you really want to be that guy.
I'm fucking lonely.
Some people have said to me very often that they think I have a problem, and I'd like to disagree with that. I don't have a problem. I think that what I like is very perfectly fine. They go, tofu, why are you obsessed with this fictional band of high school girls playing in a music club? And the answer is, I don't know, it's infectious. All in all, what I would really like to say about my final opinion on K-On! Hokago Live is that it's a fun little game that's mainly here to appeal to fans of the anime, but for people looking for a serious music challenge in gameplay, it's non-existent. But for people who are absolute fans of the series and just want a lot of collectible stuff, a lot of fanfare, this is the game for you, and I highly recommend it, especially if you do like games like Project Diva and you like that style of gameplay and you're familiar with the work that Sega has done with that engine. This is a fantastic game, is what I would say if I thought this was truly 100% an absolutely fantastic game, because I think this is an atrocious abomination. I think that even calling this a remaster, putting remaster on the cover, is absolutely fucking stupid. I think it's gay. I think that if you're gonna make a remaster, just remaster it instead of stretching out all of the images to look even blockier and more resolution than they did on the tinier PSP screen, because that's how it all looks. Everything looks bad. It looks stretched out. It looks jaggy. There's no anti-aliasing. That shit's just all annoying. The timing is off due to sync issues because the game was originally designed to work on a PSP screen and not factor in any type of lag calibration that would be needed if you were playing on an entertainment system that had multiple speaker things set up to it. That's just how it is. It's a game for K-On! Fans with a lot of faults, and probably you're better off playing it on the PSP. Tofu, why are you obsessed with this illustriously long blonde hair, blue-eyed beauty named Tsumugi Kotobuki? And the answer is, why the fuck can I not be? I don't have a problem if I like an imaginary girl character, okay? To which normally I get the very awkward response of, that's sick. You're sick, Tofu. You need to fucking stop that shit. You need help. They're underage. And I go, aha! No, they're not. They're in college. Suck my dick. You just think because I have something that I enjoy in my life that it's fucking wrong, that you think you can rob me of that because you don't have a single fucking thing that you can enjoy in your life that doesn't involve the goddamn Green Bay Packers. You sit in your fucking living room, you wait for the Super Bowl, you wait for the fucking World Series. You sit like a goddamn nerd, watching, waiting for your sports events with your magical corporate sponsorships, and me, I just take pride in something that's just a tiny bit little different and a little bit morally in the gray area. But guess what? You can't take that from me, and I can prove that statistically. Ready? I'm this fucking statistic, bitch. Get used to it. I'm the statistic. You're the statistic. We're all the statistic. Everybody's a fucking number. You're a number. We're all numbers. We're in the goddamn Matrix! Hey Hey guys, and what the fuck is up? It's 2020 and holy shit, I'm finally posting another episode. First of all, I want to start with I am absolutely sorry for not posting something sooner. I've been busy with my life and I have been wanting to make a new episode and throw something together, but that was not possible until now. But I'm glad that I'll be able to start bringing you guys awesome and amazing content once again. Speaking of other awesome and amazing things, I want to give a big shout out to my Patreon supporters, The Nine Dogs and Uncolin, both of which who have kept supporting me through this time of hiatus. So, I'm going to be trying to put these things out on a more timely basis from now on, guys. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting that subscribe button, smashing that bell to make sure you get all notifications on when I put out new videos and content, and also don't forget to leave a like or a dislike on this video, whichever one it is. I don't give a shit because it's engagement and the algorithm can't tell the difference. So fuck my ass, I'm out of here, and I will see you guys next time. Yong out.